everyone, welcome to Free Handily Made AU, My Autistic Life. My name's Nisi. You're hanging out with me here in Big Sky, Montana. I'm coming here today because I want to discuss something with you, something that I've been experiencing for a very long time. And I had to do some research before I got up here and talked about it because I haven't done an autism educational, ADHD educational type video in a while. And I don't really do these unless it's something that I'm personally experiencing, because I like to talk from my personal experience. So as many of you guys know, or if you don't know and you're new to this channel, I am a very late autistic, severely ADHD adult. I was not diagnosed until I was the age of 43. And notes, I had to, scripting's important to me. I've been going through this journey now, going on it's been 7 years. Wow. I do that a lot. You'll see me do that a lot. If you got to see the podcast that I got to do with Claire from Woodshed Theory, Autistic People Talking, she had mentioned how long it had been since she and I got to know each other, and I couldn't believe it had been 2 years. Like, it blew my mind. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. It felt like it was just yesterday. So this brings me to the topic. What I want to talk to you guys about, or what I want to share with you guys today, is the concept of time blindness. Now, I had to do some research because I thought, well, is this really a thing for those on the spectrum or even ADHD? And so I did. I searched, and sure enough, it's a trait. Now, it's not in everybody. It's not everyone who's on the spectrum or has ADHD and or both experiences time blindness. Some are the opposite. They're very aware of the sense of time. They are very like pinpoint down to the minute, down to the second. I, however, have what they call time blindness. Majorly. Let me give you some more information. Okay, so what is time blindness? What is that? Well, time blindness happens in people who have a hard time perceiving time. Their time perception is off. Mine's way off. So what kinds of things do you see in people who have time blindness? Well, it's people who miss appointments frequently. It's people who overcommit themselves. It's also people who lose track of time a lot. It's seen in people who have a hard time with being able to remember a certain span of time as far as how it relates to your life events, I guess is the best way I can say it. So basically, time perception being that time is moving faster than what you remember, which is me all over. I'm all of these things. So I have a calendar on my phone. I will forget about appointments, simple things. Also, I don't make plans with people because when I do, sometimes I forget that I'm doing something else, or I underestimate how long it's going to take me to do thing number A before I do event number B. And event A took me longer, and now I'm missing or late to event B because I didn't realize how long it was going to take me to do event A or project A, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I try my hardest not to commit to anything because I know I have this problem. I also lose track of time. So what does losing track of time mean? It means you get so tunnel vision and you're so hyper-focused on what you're doing, you don't even realize that time is passing you by until who knows how long later. And you're like, oh, what time is it? Oh my gosh, is it that time already? Have I really been working on this for 5 hours? I was working on a beanie one time and I couldn't get it right, and I was hyper focused on it. And I finally, when I got the beanie done, I had started the beanie at like early during the day, like maybe around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. By the time I got that beanie done, it was like 3 in the morning. I totally did not eat. I did not make dinner. I didn't take, I didn't take care of necessities because I was hyper focused on this thing and had no concept that time was zooming past me. Okay, so let's talk about time perception. Here's a perfect example. So on a video that I did this last week, I had talked about how long I had been on YouTube or whatever. I might have even talked about it during the podcast with Claire. I can't really remember. Time blindness, event blindness. Anyway, and I had mentioned that, I had been on YouTube for like maybe 4 or 5 years, and I've only been active on YouTube for 2 years. Guess what? I was totally wrong. So after I researched this time blindness thing, I'm like, let's just see how far off Nisi was. Oh my goodness, you guys. I scrolled all the way back. I went to my About page to see exactly when I started my YouTube account. I started my YouTube account March 29th of 2018. I have been on YouTube for 6 years. That's 2 years off, people. I've been on YouTube for 6 years. Out of the 6 years, my first year on YouTube, I did 10 videos in 2018. Then I took a break, obviously, and I only did 6 videos in 2019. And then I only did 1 video in 2020. So between 2019 and 2020, that's about a 1.5 year break, almost. And if you include only doing 10 videos in 2018, almost 2-year break. Almost 2-year break. In 2021, that is when my sissy-in-law had been starting her channel. She was really growing big. At that time, she had, I think, over 600 subscribers, and she reached out to me and she's like, Nisi, you have something to say. You have experiences to share. You can help people. You need to share your story. And she snuck me on her live and did an interview with me. And so in 2021, that is when I got back on YouTube, and I wasn't 100% consistent, but I was a lot more consistent than I was compared to 2018 through 2020. 2020, I only did 1 video, just one. I took a whole year off. Actually, 1.5 years off. Because 2019, only did 6 videos. And those 6 videos were pretty much very, very close to each other. So if you think about it, it's probably more like 3 years I took off, really. Give or take. Anyway, so time blindness, my time perception of when events happened and how long it had been between events, completely skewed and way off and not even accurate. So another thing too, some people would say, hey, how long has it been since you've seen so and so? I may say, oh, it's probably just been a couple, maybe a month or so, and come to find out it's been 6 months or longer since I've talked to that person. Time perception. My time perception is way off. Way off. So it's when time is moving faster than what you realized, and your remembering of when an event happened in all actuality happened a lot longer ago. That's me. So I don't know how many of you that are on the spectrum or ADHD, or maybe you're like me and you have both. If you guys have experienced time blindness before, I would really love to know. If you've experienced time blindness before, please share with me your experience in the chat. I would really love some dialogue back and forth about this situation, this trait, this characteristic, because apparently it's a thing, and I definitely experience it on a normal basis, everyday basis. When Claire said it had been 2 years since she and I got to know each other, to me, I felt like it's only been like maybe a year, maybe 6 months, but she's right. She's right, because when I went back to my YouTube and I saw how long I've been crocheting, I'm going on 3 years of crocheting. 3 years. This September will be 3 years that I've been crocheting. And out of those 3 years, 2 of those years she's known me. But if you would have asked me before her and I were on that video together, I probably told you, oh, we've known each other about a year. That's exactly what I probably would have said, which is way off. Pretty sure Claire has the time frame right. I don't trust me. I don't trust my perception of time, because it has failed me on more than one occasion. So yes, time blindness. Do you have it? I do. I definitely have it. Yeah, I do. So that's it. Like I said, I don't do these very often, but this one really hit me and I wanted to share it. And I'm really interested in knowing if you experience time blindness. And if you do, what are some things that you do to help yourself out with it? Thankfully, I've got YouTube and Facebook to remind me of when things happen. Because if it wasn't for social media, who knows? And thankfully, I have a calendar on my phone to remind me when I have appointments. I experience this at work all the time. There's one, I don't know if it was, maybe it was maybe a month ago, maybe. I was so focused on reconciling something, and I looked up at my computer where it has a little time on your computer, tells you what time it is. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's 4 o'clock. I'm like picking up my son. I got to get out of here. I'm going to be late. And I had to rush out of work to pick up my son, because the hours at work just went. It's like time gets warped for me. It gets warped. It's moving faster than what I realize, than what my brain is processing. So yeah, time blindness. Do you have it? Let me know in the comments if you have it. And any suggestions you might have, besides using my phone and using my social media and my YouTube as a diary. So take care, you guys. Thank you for watching me for a few minutes about this topic. I'm so interested in hearing what you have to say. And I always leave with this quote, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Always remember, people, dare to be you, dare to be different. Love from Montana. Bye, everybody.